Good morning, everybody. Again with the delay thingy. Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? I return. Alright, so looks like we are drafting at the moment. Alright. Double Persians band. Maybe I really did underrate them in the tier list. Ugh. I'm a little bit exhausted, guys. I had to take my dad to the hospital yesterday. I was there for 6.5 hours. My mom was there even longer. She was there for 9 hours. Almost 9 hours. And he had to stay the night. How's he doing? I haven't heard from him today. Yeah, my mom's, I think, gonna go pretty soon and check up on him. He was just in a crazy amount of pain in his back and his legs, and he's got, like, some infection or something. I don't know. It wasn't fun, let me tell you. And since we live in America, who knows? Pinched nerve? No, he's got like some sort of degenerative issue. Like his blood test came back, and I think his like white blood cell count is like insanely high. He also probably has like influenza type flu, like the flu, as the doctor called it. So it's like a combination of a bunch of things. Nothing about degeneracy, yeah. Like I said, I at least got back at like 8:30 last night. My mom didn't get home until like 11. No. Stop it. There we go. Have to be firm. The little dog. Yeah, but like now to think about, okay, how can we afford the ambulance plus the hospital visit, plus the overnight stay in the hospital. Like, how much is insurance going to cover? How much do we need to pay? Love American healthcare. House! Work! What? Why do... I have no idea what's going on here. Every step of the way? Yeah, that's basically what we have to do, but that's just a ton of extra work and stress, right? Alright, let me set up the scoreboard. Get back into some KOTD. You take my mind off things. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming? What? YouTube people, is the stream streaming properly? Alright guys, Ciskhan gonna be here in the blue as the Japanese here to the west of course, KOTD Arabia. Ciskhan. And to the east in the red as the Portuguese, as the Nanban. It will be Goku. We're delighted when a healthcare CEO got shot in the back. Yeah. YouTube stream is live? Okay, thanks, Hans. Sometimes the YouTube stream manager likes to complain about things that don't need to be complained about. Yeah, I shed no tears over the death of the United Healthcare CEO. Not that that makes Luigi above the law. Hello, Youngjun. Alright, so just 2 on wood, so we could be thinking about a fast uptime here for Goku. And a wall over here. Gold is a little bit forward, but as far as like KOTD Arabia goes, it's not bad. Could be worse, honestly. According to Twitch Draft, there you go. Very close rush distance, and this is going to be good for Japanese because Portuguese should scale a fair bit better throughout the game. You could like wall here. Mr. Dog! I have nothing for you! Insatiable. Alright, so early barracks. Interesting. Just 3 on wood. Looks like this could be for a very quick drush, indeed it is. 1 fewer vill on wood since you saved the 50 wood with the lumber camp. And it's going to be drushing time. Again, we are seeing that little bit of a shift in the meta back towards drushing. mean, Ciskhan only had to take one sheep so far. Meanwhile, Goku was indeed looking for a quick uptime there on 18 pop. Now, the downside when you go for pushing all those deer super early is that you're coming out with your 2 Militia Drush, but you don't really know where your opponent is, and now Ciskhan is going in the wrong direction. Uh-oh. Alright, sees the 4 tiles of gold over here and over here, so he knows that his opponent is somewhere over here. Looks really small. It's because I'm zoomed out more. This is normal zoom levels. And you're still clicking up on 20 villagers, so it's not the full 3 Militia Drush where you're clicking up on 21, 22 villagers. This is obviously a little bit faster and a little bit less of a commitment. Hola. Now, villager will escape right there. And of course, now the quick balls will have time to come in, and that's exactly going to be the case. And it's not like the Drush is really doing all that much, and it's going to be an archery range. Now, I don't know if this was always intended to be an archery range. I think it might have actually, at first just been a scout's opening, but seeing the Drush wants to just get right into those ranged units, doesn't have time to mamby-pamby around with some scout cavalry, because what's going to happen, and you have to be careful of, especially with Japanese, is that those militia could soon become Japanese men-at-arms. So if you just have scouts, then they are really going to struggle to take an efficient fight in melee combat. And indeed, we do have the 3rd militia, not a 4th one yet. This gun is going to be hitting Feudal Age here with, Why does he have 6 villagers on Forge Bushes, only 2 on Sheep? That feels very weird. Hello, Forcom. And there it is, the Men-at-Arms upgrade. Billy showing up to the party with Bobby and Barry. I mean, again, look at this close rush distance. It really is good for Japanese. Dilvis and Horse Collar. I don't think you can afford Horse Collar, nor do you even need it right this second. I mean, I'm all for getting eco upgrades, generally speaking, but now you're getting some idle TC time. Bill is getting low. Already getting low. Yeah, last Spearman Poke does get the kill on the villager right there, and this could be a far worse start here for Goku. These Spearmen, and it's just such a short rush distance. Those men-at-arms are not here at home to help, and you have a 2-vil lead right now for our Portuguese player. First Archer's already out. 5 vils on gold is already way too much, though. Even sending another one. You're Portuguese. You're on 1 range. Need to sustain vil production. And it will, of course, immediately be for the skirmishers. No arson in. But yeah, can't afford fletching. His food income is quite poor still. Just trying to sustain vil production, and he's going to be massing up a lot of gold he really doesn't need at the moment. Meanwhile, idle time is catching up, so Ciskhan is only a villager behind for now. Goku, not quite comfortably sustaining vil production at the moment. Is going to be getting that Portuguese bonus, though. Extra wood from the berries. And more men-at-arms and more skirmishers here for Ciskhan, so he is looking to lean a bit more into that infantry plus skirmisher combo. Fletching is, of course, going to be the first item on the docket. And same thing here on the other side. Daniela, thank you for the raid. Good morning. Just started KUTD. Nothing too crazy happening in the game so far. Thought this would be the closest set. Yes, Dash is downstairs. 2 outposts even coming in at the front for Ciskhan. Interesting that he's trying to push it from this angle, right? Because you could go for the palisade walls. Choosing not to, going to go for the much tankier house, but that's, of course, much closer to the gold. But this is the thing you have to be worried about. You know your opponent has archers. It's going to be difficult to actually try and bust that down. Archer's still just hanging around, though. Ciskhan certainly doing a good job of mitigating any damage that's being taken. That said, Goku is ahead in resources right now. And that's an outpost? No, that's a stone wall. Oh, that will be necessary, as those men-at-arms are going to take down that house pronto. What happened to Daniela? She was in a better place now. She just went offline. Alright, arson coming in, guys. Canada. I said a better place. Yep. Just kidding, we love Canada. And Goku's still under a ton of pressure. He has added in a stable to mix in some scout cavalry. But this is where that men-at-arms skirm combo I think is actually super underrated, and we are seeing it here. Japanese men-at-arms with arson going to be so effective against those buildings. And now that the skirmishers are here sort of as a meat shield for the men-at-arms, they're just dishing out the damage. She just ended it to her stream and raided me. Nothing fancy. Added archer armor coming in. Reveal lead right now for Goku, though. Count Watch coming in here as well. And the men-at-arms do have to pull back. We have these archers right here on standby. Now, the men-at-arms, there are 5 of them. Do 5 largely injured men-at-arms counter this army, especially if the archers can get even some hits off, which looks like that might be the case? It's tricky. That archery range is still under pressure, but those archers honestly could even just like pop out on the other side. Okay, he wants to make sure they are all grouped together. That is reasonable enough. And now it's those men-at-arms who are in jeopardy as they are all going to get gunned down by the bows. That's a thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Danielle. I hope you feel better. Make some tea and get a blanket. That's always the solution. That and ibuprofen. And look at this, guys. With those men-at-arms mostly dead, it's just so hard to prevent them from, like, not getting sniped by archers. That said, the skirmishers are even better than archers are. Oh, man, another men-at-arm is going to bite the dust. And there we go, guys. Ciskhan in a rough spot. Especially as that, you know, men-at-arm plus skirmisher comp is extremely food-intensive. So his Castle Age resources are not looking super sexy at the moment. Got 2 ranges here for Goku. So again, it's a little bit of that transition back to old school AoE where we have those 2 archery ranges in Feudal Age. 2v2 or 4v4 tournaments? Not that I know of. Hello, Epic Sea Dragon. And here you go, guys. Goku on his way up to the Castle Age. He's got great unit production right now. He'll have a really strong timing, and he is looking quite solid here in game number 1 of this single elimination series. Remember, guys, it's just 1 best of 5. You lose and you go home. You know, metaphorically speaking, these players are all playing from home. You know what I mean. Hello, Mangudai Enjoyer. Castle Age coming in for Ciskhan, but obviously a bit slower. And like the skirmishers are just so good at extracting that value, right? We already have 4 kills on this group of 4 skirmishers, so they've already paid for themselves if they all die and not get a single other kill, and they are still going to continue to get value. This is exactly what Ciskhan needed, guys. Oh my goodness gracious, mercy me. They're playing on the street. Well, that would be impressive. Yeah, just really trying to be a little too forward before those upgrades came in here for Goku. Now you have the stable coming in here from Ciskhan. He's going to be wanting to switch into his own knights. That said, of course, Portuguese do have that discount, so saving gold on both the archers and the knights, super, super good combo. Hello, Alexa. And there we go. Bodkin is on the way, but the resources are actually quite stretched right now for Goku. Crossbowman is still queued up, though, and here is the Siege Workshop. Obviously, this is going to be a very aggressive game, as the rush distance is super close. Got Bloodlines coming in, so we will have Bloodlines and +1/+1. But the issue right now for Japanese, and why Portuguese are just a better civ overall, for One Field Arabia purposes, is that the mid-game of Portuguese is going to be, you know, very, very flexible and powerful. Japanese, much less so. The Cav Archers are good, but if you're not really in a position to go for Cav Archers right now, which Ciskhan believes he is not, you're not really going to be working with a whole lot in terms of bonuses. He is able to pick up Bowsaw, though. And Siege Workshop not trading anything quite yet. I mean, the Portuguese bonus is just so freaking good. Getting that discount on literally everything. Eastgard coming in, though. And a second TC is actually being placed on the stone, interestingly, for Goku. And a forward castle on this hill would, you know, be close to game-winning in and of itself. Yeah, just a few stray units dying here and there. Goku with a 4-villager lead, although the eco upgrades are now a little bit better for Ciskhan. The Watchtower is going to help protect the gold miners from archers. Does not help protect it, though, a whole lot from mangonels. Don't have a charger? Oh, tragic. Sounds like my mom. My mom is somehow in a situation where both her iPad and her iPhone are, like, at 2% battery at all times. Come around to the idea that Tatars are better than Huns on Arabia. Well, Tatars are just slower than Huns. That's kind of the issue. They scale mostly in Castle Age, whereas Huns are going to be much faster right out the gate, which is super important, especially on KOTD Arabia, as it is a more aggressive map. 6% battery? Oh no? Alright. Got Knight Crossbowman versus Knight plus Skirmisher. Just like how Scout plus Archer is better than Scout plus Skirmisher, this is the better army composition. It's much more flexible. Well, Ciskhan is training a monk. It's almost out. Goku doesn't want to take an engagement. It's a little bit odd that he's kind of moved away from this area of the high ground. Trying to find a different area to pressure, but now his army's in a bit of a no man's land. Be careful. Mangonel is sniped. However, the downside to this is that unless the skirmishers can get the, you know, big pay dirt hits onto the crossbowmen, the knights are just going to be better. That's it. Ciskhan is just, like, taking a good fight here from the high ground. So this is already becoming a very close engagement. And now that the archer numbers are getting low, you have skirmishers chasing archers and knights chasing skirmishers. The whole thing is a complete mess. There was a successful conversion as well. And Ciskhan able to clean this up just by having more knights and taking that good fight, getting some downhill hits there as well on the hill. Oh, we got a runner here. Go, get him! Oh, and the lion's gonna come in. Oh, and it's gonna go against the crossbowman. So cruel. Sad. Oh, but then it turns against the knight. Betrayal. Meanwhile, a little bit more pressure coming out here at the front. There is one mangonel left. And how many stables are on? We're on 2 stables, 2 ranges at the moment. And we got the monastery coming in, and it's just all those gold units on 3 TCs. Ciskhan, for his part, is just adding in 2 extra TCs at the moment. But obviously, we're already getting a 13 villager lead for Goku. So despite Ciskhan taking some good fights, like some absolutely essential good fights that are keeping him in the game, the downside is that his eco is still not doing so hot. That said, he does have control of this hill, which is super important. Just a little bit dancing back and forth here with the armies. Got Wheelbarrow coming in. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, that first extra TC was on stone for Goku. He wants to get a castle. Have ballistics here as well for our red player, and he is looking quite solid. You know, Goku very much like the old guard player. Goku's been around forever. Part of the old Brazil A team back in Nations Cup. Ciskhan much more the new school player. I don't recall him ever being a super high level player before DE. Oh, nice conversion there. Like, immediately gets those extra hits off on the Mangonel to kill it a little bit faster. And again, the Knight numbers are, like, double. Yeah, they're straight up double here for Ciskhan. So that although the Archers are obviously better support unit than Skirmishers against Knights specifically, just having more Knights in this situation is going to be a good thing, as the upgrades on the Knights do appear to be basically even. Just had the extra Husbandry upgrade is in for Goku, but he is almost ready for a castle. So as long as he can maintain control of this hill and drop a castle here, I think he should still be quite happy, because then what you can do is you can actually switch away from crossbowmen maybe and start to mix in the piano cannons. Or maybe you can just keep with crossbowmen. Oh, that was like an anti-insta right there, which I guess one turn deserves another. One successful conversion here on each side, but the Knight numbers are a little bit better here for Ciskhan still. That said, the crossbowmen with ballistics camping the hill are such a valuable, I guess, in this particular instance, they are a utility unit, right? So just that extra little bit of damage here for a primarily Knight-centric army. Okay, the castle is going to be placed further back, so he wants to make sure he can get the castle up safely. You can't really blame him too much for that. You've been struggling to take super efficient fights here against Ciskhan. And now, look at this Thumb Ring coming in too, so he wants to invest even more into the Archers. +2 defense coming in for Ciskhan. Ciskhan very much saying that, okay, this is going to be a night off. That's a word now. Market coming up at the back. I don't know how Red got housed. Whatever. Mangonel is here. Sanctity is on the monks, but no redemption. And here we are. Ciskhan has the better army. 50% more value for him, even with the deflated army value for Portuguese. Oh, boy. This is why you build the castle further back. If he had tried to go for the castle over here, he would have almost certainly lost it. That said, just not quite enough oomph to push through here for Ciskhan, especially because you have to be so cautious about that castle with Bodkin and ballistics. And the castle is in safely. Now, Ciskhan can make his own castle, and if he can get a castle up over there, that would be huge, because then you can try and say, maybe I can get to Imp faster than you, and we can win via Treb War. I do think that's still going to be quite tricky, as both players are far away from Imp, but still, having a castle at the front of your base is rarely a bad thing. Especially if you're not an age behind. Skirmishers just being a bit annoying right there. And ATC is coming on in. But look at this guy, Ciskhan. He's got his eye on the prize. Oh, no. Don't. You can't scooch away with that organ gun. Yeah, but he's like, okay, I got this castle on the hill here at the front. I'm going to click up to Imp faster, and he'll have the high ground advantage in the incoming Treb War. Now, Imp is only a little bit slower here for Goku. But this is Ciskhan setting himself up very well despite being in a worse spot economically. Yeah, also being very diligent about picking up those relics. Number 4 is coming in right there. I have Handcart, which is always nice. And looks like the transition is going to be primarily towards Arbalests for Goku. Meanwhile, Ciskhan going to be focusing on the almighty Skirmisher. Oh. No insta. That was actually going to be relic number 5. Oh yeah, I forgot we have more than 5 relics on the map. Farming is silly. That part is everywhere. Well, that is very much part of the game. All right, castle coming in here. Number 2. I mean, Ciskhan is all about that Treb War. Extra damage? I mean, if the alternative is the archers standing around, yes, absolutely garrison them, but I'd like it even more if they were a bit more aggressive trying to pressure the north side of the base. I think English is a beautiful language. I mean, I don't know about beautiful. It is a language. And more relevantly, one that I speak. The only one I can speak fluently. The only one I can communicate with you guys. Alright, guys. Trebuchets, of course, immediately on the Trebu way. Chemistry, Bracer, both immediately queued up on the other side for Goku. Of course, Bombard Cannons are a critical tool in this matchup for the Portuguese. Bills are going to come forth to repair, but more stone overall for Ciskhan, and he has got Trebs for days queued up right now. And while Goku does have his own additional castle here to the south, but this is a little bit awkward for him, again, despite having 5,000 more resources, which is a, very real advantage. But if you lose the Treb War, it's going to be very difficult to win the game, especially without any castles, and now you're going to try and switch into Light Cav. Which, I mean, I get, right? Your opponent has monks and skirmishers, Light Cav counters both. That makes sense. The concern, though, is that you don't really have the food income for it. You have 40 villagers on wood and 37 on food. You generally would going to want, maybe half again as many villagers on food as wood. And the Katapuruto coming in as well. Oh, boy. Castle is down, and Ciskhan not messing around. Again, despite being behind in eco, behind in army numbers, got 4 Trebs with another one on the way, and they're going to have Katapuruto behind in eco. Well, I mean, the trebuchets themselves aren't super hard on the economy. Of course, the bombard cannons are going to be absolutely essential here. I mean, look at this. Now you're just going to start sniping the other Trebs. Katapuruto is such a nice upgrade. And got what? 1 Treb, 1 Bombard Cannon. It's not like Ciskhan has all the stone in the world, but it's going to be so difficult to keep this castle alive. We're going to go for Arb plus Light Cav right now as Goku with a few siege units. And you do have that discount on your Arbs, which is nifty. You cannot let your Bombard Cannon get sniped by the Trebuchets. That would be very, very, very bad. Meanwhile, you can see behind this, Ciskhan is making that switch over into the Samurai. Can deal with low economy, oh no. More Bombards are on the way. How many siege workshops is he on? He's on 2. But of course, look at this, guys. 0 castles right now for Goku. Ciskhan doing such a good job of turning this game around with a worst economy. This is exactly how you do it, right? It's understanding your win conditions. That said, all the attack upgrades are in here for the Arbs. You don't even have +2 defense in yet for the skirmishers. Oh my god, was that 2 Bombards killed? It was! And the Trebuchet! All hail the Katapuruto! All hail the Katapuruto! Oh, it's just like freaking a mortar fire, right, guys? It's what Traction Trebs should be. And now we have a really nice score lead for Ciskhan. He's got a huge army value advantage, and it is off the back of these 5 Trebuchets, which are absolutely the game winners. Yeah, the getting housed is extremely unfortunate right now for Goku. 5 Trebs are AoE. Exactly. It's how it works. Least favorite part for me is the fighting. Yeah, I hate the part of AoE that isn't building farms and bombard towers and fortified walls. Alright, Blast Furnace is in, so now these Light Cav are fully upgraded insofar as the Portuguese get them. Wait, I thought he was getting ballistics earlier. I could have sworn Ciskhan was researching ballistics earlier. Alright, now Cavalier coming in too. You got a lot of gold right now, and going for that double gold army composition is, of course, what Portuguese do best. Well, the castle's still slowly coming in. Cavalier is on its way, but there aren't that many of them on the field. And of course, the Samurai, even without a bunch of upgrades, are still going to be pretty effective in head-to-head combat. I know Goku did. I thought I saw Ciskhan get it as well. Castle will be in, though, in just a moment. You can just see just the positional advantage of these castles. Ciskhan, I know I said it before, but it's like he really has his eye on the prize. Like, what is going to win you the game? I mean, of course, having more army and having more economy, like, that's great. And those are typically the tools that you need to win a game. But in this particular game of Age of Empires, it is control of these middle hills. 3 castles of them. 2-man saw and crop rotation. I mean, I love to see it, guys. I really do. But, you need to not die right now. Now, remember, Goku still does have a population lead. Great game number 1. Glad we're casting this series. Daniel versus Sora. Well, Daniel hasn't had a ton of tournament results in quite a while. And Sora, I would rate higher than both Ciskhan and Goku. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. Oh, and look at this, guys. The Cavalier coming in here, and they are going to get a snipe. You can see the resources are very good for Goku if he's going to win the game, which is still absolutely within the realm of possibility. He's expanding to the north of the map. Ciskhan is attempting to do so as well, although Ciskhan with his 5 relics early on is really nice. Denying those last 2 as well. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. Eichmann upgrade now incoming. You do, of course, have the Feitoria option as the Portuguese. Probably would have to delete quite a few villagers before you could start thinking about that, though. And now Siege Engineers and Masonry both coming in as well. You have a Trebuchet back on the way. Bombard Cannon going to be coming in here as well. And a 4th castle just in this middle range area. It's going to be 5 total. That's obviously not a messing around number of castles. We're still missing Elite Samurai, though, and most of the Blacksmith upgrades. So they're going to try and switch over into the Halbs, but then Halbskirb, of course, that is not... There's no gold in that army composition. Whereas we have the double gold army composition for Goku, having the more resources and the gold discount. I mean, that is a deadly, deadly combo. And now, of course, prepping of this castle of Ciskhan has begun, and because he just built this last castle, doesn't have much stone in the bank. Got these stables here to the south with a mix of cav units on the way. More Cavalier raids look like they're incoming. More gold is going to be secured over there. We got Cavalier running here at the back, and Goku was in a really bad spot. Look at now the Cavalier here, all about stretching your opponent out of position. And look at that, using the mobility of the cavalry, using the counterattacks, and he snipes all of the trebuchets. He does lose a bombard cannon, which is a little bit of the S word, but beyond that, excellent play. And Ciskhan is now dropping 50 population. He had a huge lead not that long ago, but now, without those trebuchets to really, like, anchor the push, you just have a very hollow-looking front of the map here for Ciskhan. He's got not enough units here to protect the buildings. Got guilds coming in, too. I mean, Goku is absolutely preparing for a 1.5-hour game, and you love to see that. Whereas Ciskhan's gold, remember, he hasn't gathered as much as his opponent in the first place, and he's really reliant on the 5 relics. And he's been getting, you know, upgrades for his halbs as well, so that's where a lot of that gold goes. We're at 82 dead villagers and counting right now for Ciskhan. He's got 0 vills on gold versus 28. And now we got Cavalier plus Arbalest. That's really for everything. I mean, there was a reason I was highlighting those Trebs Vine Smash. Believe it or not, I've been doing this quite a while. I do at least have something of a sense of what's important for players. I kid. All right, and of course, guys, the Cavalier army is going to be quite a bit better than the Halberdier Skirmisher army. That's just a very simple case of gold units versus trash units. I mean, I guess you are getting some uphill engagements, but yeah, fully upgraded Cav, basically fully upgraded Arbalests. I still don't think it's a good idea to push uphill, especially into Japanese Halberdiers, but I mean, I guess if you hashtag believe. Ballistics finally in. Obviously, that upgrade is quite late. Now you got another castle here to the north, sieging down that one, and it's just Goku pressing in on all angles at once. I mean, this is still going to be efficient, right? Japanese infantry are really freaking good, man. This is kind of also where, you wish you had organ guns instead of the Arbalests, but you don't really have the time or castles to effectively transition into them. Yeah, making sure that he keeps, just his production in general has been very good, and it's been very two-track in terms of, okay, I need archers and I need cavalry, and at no point did he neglect one or the other. Very good army balance, and yes, of course, you're taking all of the extra resources on the map at this point. But that's just a manifestation of the map control. Now you got more bombard cannons coming in. And guys, things are looking great here for Goku in game number 1. I mean, Goku was in again, I would like to reiterate, Goku had 0 castles versus 3 all in a row right here at the front, 5 trebuchets to 0, and only like a very slightly better army. Like, his map position was terrible. But realizing, okay, I have the resources here, I just need to fall back, make sure I'm not getting pushed down too quickly, and then looping around with the big cavalry techs, which of course Portuguese even making those switches faster with the faster upgrade time, which is really helpful. Another castle there at the back, but at this point you've just lost so much already as Ciskhan. And of course the macros has been very good for Goku, and that is what is going to give him... What? Okay, whatever. Don't know why we went back there for a second. And that is going to be game number 1, guys. A really good game of AoE 2. That's what I love to see. 58 minutes. Very back and forth. Look at this. More of everything collected. You had, what? Around 3,000 more gold. And that 20% gold discount on top of it. More of everything collected. And was able to take those efficient fights there at the end. Good commentary on your Ornlu stream. I know, it's really surprising. I get surprised whenever I am not bad at commentating. All right, that is the Portuguese over the Japanese. Pick number 4 for each player. Kind of surprised Portuguese would be that low. This Mayans, Khmer, Hindustanis are all quite good. But notice that we're still prioritizing archer civs. Like this Mayans, Vietnamese, Shu, all top picks. And these are the 3 best archer civs for sure. All right. Sebastian's already up 2-0. Sebastian won 2 games in the time it took for Goku to win 1. Wow. All right, guys, I'm going to get some coffee. I'll be right back. Ooh, classic matchup here in a minute. Love to see it.
AFK stuff to ooh. You know, you gotta keep the viewers engaged, one sparse, right?
Alrighty, game number 2 here. Well, I was gonna say on Arabia. Of course, it's on Arabia. That is the whole point of the tournament. We'll have Goku here to the north in the red as the Mayans, and to the south in the blue as the Huns. It will be Ciskhan. So classic AOC Arabia matchup. Huns, Aztecs, Mayans. By far the most powerful picks. I mean, not by far. I mean, I'd say Mongols and Vikings are right on their heels. You know. You know. Alright, so let's check out what these guys are up to. We have the 3 bills on wood here for Ciskhan. Goku already with 4. Mayans, of course, always going to feel comfortable drushing. That's it. I am still surprised that we're seeing Mayans so much more than, say, like, Incas. Again, I think Aztecs are like a hair behind the other two, at least maybe until next patch. When the Eagle Warriors get buffed again. Oh, Incas were banned, that's why. It's interesting that, like, again, Ciskhan is choosing to ban Incas, but not Mayans. Even though Mayans seem to be the higher priority pick. I mean, I think, like I put in the tier list video, it's like, I think Mayans, then Incas a little bit lower, then Aztecs a little bit lower than that. That said, I really do like the flexibility of Incas. They're a tough civ to play against, for sure. Incas are basically llama Byzantines. Anyway, early barracks. No militia yet, though. The Drush last game came out, like, what, 5.5 minutes is when the first militia was queued up? Something in that ballpark? But that was for Ciskhan. Yeah, Goku went with the fast defense. I think you can just ignore them and play what you do well. Yeah, that's true. It's tricky, though. All right. Good ledge on the way, and indeed it is going to be for a Metadarm rush. So last game, it was Ciskhan with the drush. This game, it is going to be Goku. But Mayans drushing, or I guess Metadarm rushing Huns is like one of the least crazy things ever. Not exactly an uncommon or unseen strategy. Next, you're going to tell me that Ciskhan is going to go for a quick uptime and scouts as Huns. I would be shocked. Shocked, I say. 3 vills on forage bushes. Whoa, okay, this is a little bit extra. Guys, Goku's being, like, so extra. He's sending that extra militia forward to be a Metadarm, and, like, oh my god. I can't believe he'd do that to Tammy. I don't know, Tammy is, like... It's pretty hard to find more of a white girl name than Tammy. I think it works out pretty well. Indeed, scouts are going to be on the way, but it's going to be tough to defend. Got 4 villagers there, all safely walled in for now. This is open, but it looks like, yes, that has been recognized by Ciskhan. Sabrina? Yeah, Sabrina is definitely a white girl name. Well, actually, Sabrina just makes me think of Sabrina from Pokemon, which was, like, the coolest episode of Pokemon as a kid. One of the reasons Psychic's one of my favorite types. And Alakazam is my favorite Pokemon. Sarah? Sarah is pretty international, I'd say. Sabrina, who's Sabrina Williams? Do you mean Serena Williams? Serena Williams is the tennis player. Guys, it's the third Williams sister. They only bring out to play triples in tennis. Smart but fragile. I mean, Alakazam, you know, my first level 100 Pokemon. Oh, nice snipe there. And so far, Ciskhan doing work, defending against the Men-at-Arm Rush. Heavy, heavy investment from Goku. Oh, gonna get another one, maybe? Yeah, I think so. And he avoids the extra Spearman poke. I would not avoid the extra Spearman poke. I'd somehow get 2 extra Spearman pokes there. Very well done, though, for Ciskhan, though. The 5th Beetle. Oh, wow. Spicy. Well... Mill's taking a lot of damage, for sure. But 4 bills ahead already is Ciskhan. Oh my goodness, now you're in this horrible situation where... Ciskhan, pay attention! Ah! Rip. This horrible situation, though, where you have the scouts running around, you can't really ever force an engagement. Now your opponent's going to have these ranged units out, they're going to be able to shoo away these units. But housed. Now he's 5 bills behind. I mean, look at this. 0 seconds idle time versus a minute 23. This game is just going so buttery smooth for our blue player, Ciskhan. Not focusing down the low HP scout might end up in the death of another Vil, but I guess the scouts go down. But yeah, 4 dead Vils in Feudal Age is rough, rough, rough. And look at this, guys. 16 farms already versus 6. That is obviously a huge difference. Also, Horse Collar came in as well, so, I mean, it's really hard to argue with this start for Ciskhan. Also, I do not trust that this is fully walled at all. It very well could be, but I don't trust it. It looks like it is not at all walled. Scale mail armor coming in for Goku. I mean, he feels like he needs to do something. I mean, he's not getting to Castle Age anytime soon, no matter how you slice it. Fletching is in on the archers, and you know what? This isn't super pretty right now for Blue. He does lose a villager. I mean, Goku had to come back to win in the last game. He's got a huge army numbers lead. Herms have no upgrades. Easy, but easy win for whom? Desert sands in real life. With the power of irrigation, everything's possible. Turn on a grid? I prefer to cast without grid on. I don't think there's like a hotkey to turn it on and capture age. No. The editor one doesn't work. Alright, you're gonna try and go for it again. Now, again, what you don't want right now is for there to be a tower that's walled in as Goku on the gold. Like, that is the big, 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 big no-no. For me? Oh, I always win. Because they see that all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Oh my god, I hate that song. I'm sorry, guys. I subject you to so much pain and suffering on this channel. I mean, look at all these infantry units. This isn't a messing around number of units here from Goku. 22 to 9 army. The eco's still a little bit better for Ciskhan. Of course, Skirmisher is going to take the best fights they can. Also, I like how the answer to literally all of these units is the Skirmisher. Like, that is just peak Age of Empires if I've ever seen it. Getting those kills. Efficient fights. But look at this, guys. Goku able to sell his stone, and he's going to click up the Castle Age in a moment. Do I use my Gemini? What? Huh? Castle Age is in, guys. I mean, for getting 4 villager kills in early Feudal Age, which is insane, this guy never really was able to get that gold secured, and that's going to make things just really awkward. That said, the actual micro has been very good for Ciskhan. He's adding in a second archery range at the moment. Got more Igelos on the way, and there's the 3rd barrack, so it will be for an Eagle Warrior-centric mid-game. Look, he's gonna try and come in with the tower again. This tower will go up. Oh, no, I don't use AI. I, in fact, hate using AI. Should get infantry armor? Ciskhan? You mean Goku? Goku has infantry armor. Well, I mean, he had a very good start to this game, but obviously things are quite tricky right now. Goku's doing a great job of keeping up the pressure. Bloodlines, padded archer armor in, and I mean, Cav Archer production is going to start relatively soon, but first you have to withstand the early Castle Age chicken suit men. Bodkin? Huh? Why is Bodkin the upgrade you queue up first? But he's going Mass Eagle. Like, why? Okay, now Squires is coming in. Very odd upgrade prioritization. Random men-at-arms look like they will be randomly dying. Another Vil snipe there, and here come the Eagles. I'd be feeling more comfortable if those Eagles had +2 defense, but obviously not quite. Now you're getting crossbowmen as well. But he's not really making any more archers, and I feel like this is the situation. It's low eco, early Castle Age. You want to prioritize one of your unit lines over the other. And in this case, it would be Eagle Warriors, since you see all the archery ranges. Still just kind of dancing around here at the front of Ciskhan's base. Goku, though, adding TC number 2 behind this. All those Vils just trying to gather gold. Units working around here to the back. Obviously, Ciskhan is going to parry that. Final interview. Congratulations. I hope it went well. Concentrate. Well, Ciskhan's kind of getting himself together. However, he's going to need to do something, right? He's only on 2 range. Okay, there we go. Actually, no, he's going up to 4 ranges. I didn't even see that one in there in the back. All right, so it's cav archering time. Siege Workshop is going to be built, though, for Goku. Getting Wheelbarrow here as well. Game still very much hangs in the balance. The CA skirmins all out. Always possible, but yeah, this is going to be so tough here to try and defend against, even without any attack upgrades. Man, I'd feel a lot more comfortable if these Eagles had +2 defense. Anyway, here come the Chicken Suit Men. University is on the way. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we have Cav Archers 4, but they are actually like right in the production area. And that is not the most useful for doing damage, as they are now forced to retreat. They do have Bloodlines and Husbandry. I mean, they're decent upgrades. You do have enough resources for Ballistics. There you go. That's going to be another Deadville. Yeah, Ciskhan needs Ballistics, and he's getting Ballistics. And now you're getting Horse Collar, too. And look at this. These units are actually going to be able to escape through the back. So I thought, you know, you dive in here, you think the units are going to be committed, and then, you know, you just have to accept that they're going to die. Nope, not yet. That said, we're on 18 Cav Archers at the moment. And that is not insignificant. Oh, I mean, Mayans dealing with CA, not going to be the easiest thing in the world. We have a Mangonel coming out, and that's obviously going to be essential. Army numbers are very similar, guys. It's going to be the Mangonel. That is going to be the big linchpin of this entire push for Goku, as without it, his army is just going to be picked apart by the army of Ciskhan. Third TC on its way now as well. Really going to just try and power up that eco over time. He's already getting a very slight lead in resources, but the mango goes down. It's a really tricky game. Another very close one for sure. But I like that Goku is just continuously working towards that economy. That said, this army is really freaking scary from our blue player. Elite Skirmisher now on its way. The Eagles, again, they're just not that well upgraded. Nor are they in especially threatening numbers. And Ciskhan has a nice score lead. Even though he's still stuck on 1 TC. It's just, can you be reliant on getting a big Mangonel hit like this? Not really. I mean, you might get it. It's always possible, but with Ciskhan having very good micro, which he absolutely does, he's going to be absolutely babysitting these units. Can't really rely on it. We have another range coming in as it looks like Goku is indeed switching over into the skirmishers primarily. A decent hit there, actually, for Ciskhan with his own Mangonel. Rip. That was a little bit of the S word, guys. I'm not going to lie. TC's getting closer. Do need to secure another gold source. Ring coming in, too. I mean, these CA guys are about to be fully operational. Full upgrades for Castle Age. Spell out sex, what? It's an interesting game right now. Like, the CA is absolutely getting to critical mass. Like, look at this, he brought back all the low HP ones, too. Oh my goodness. Now that is sexy. S-word, yeah. Not the Ibex! Yeah, these Mangonels just aren't doing anything, guys. Leather Archer armor coming in for those skirmishers is going to be very important. Now you're going to be Mayans on the defensive. That's not, like, necessarily a bad thing, but Oh! It feels like Ciskhan's getting more out of like 2 mangonels than Goku's getting out of 5. University there. Of course, ballistics is going to be an important upgrade to queue up as well, and there you go. Third TC on the way for Ciskhan as well, and, you know, huge difference in idle time. More Eagles, more Skirmishers. Goku struggling to keep his TCs working. So he's only 600 resources ahead and 2 villagers. Eco, yeah, I mean, he was just trying to go for a lot of Eagle Warriors and get upgrades for 2 different unit lines. It's the upgrade prioritization isn't the best, even though I like that he is looking to develop his eco behind it and trying to keep his opponent on the back foot. But this is looking to be extremely scary right now for the Huns player. I mean, skirms are good, guys. Don't get me wrong. Skirmishers are both fun and balanced. That said... that's actually a lot of dead Cav archers. I mean, Ciskhan still has a way better army. He's also starting to pick up relics, which you love to see how active he is at doing that. Yeah, just 22 vills on wood for each player, but obviously the army of Goku costs food, and the army of Ciskhan does not, especially now that he's got all the upgrades he needs. He just needs more Cav archers and mangonels. More, I say! Another relic there. Again, just love seeing how diligent Ciskhan is with that. Is that they can counter Cav Archer? Yeah, that's the only nice thing about Skirmishers. They're otherwise such a useless unit. +2, I agree. I mean, I've been saying it since Castle Age. That said, Ciskhan is actually getting close to a castle of his own. Now, this hill is going to be very important for both players to control. Yeah, you really need a significant numbers advantage for the Eagles to feel okay versus Cav Archers. Alright. I would buy the castle pronto status. Oh, look at that. The Arabian Wolf has a kill. Well, yeah, but he's been strip mining that gold. That gold is not exactly safe. This gold is largely safe, and I mean, his TCs are on there for a reason. Alright, I mean, right now, guys, you need to get a castle down. Honestly, a few Tarkans would be very nice to have. Tarkans are faster than Knights now, remember. Look at this! Guys, don't mind me. I'm just bringing a relic home, guys. Oh! Rip. It's like the pizza delivery guy just walking through the front lines of a battlefield. Well, Goku's not getting imp anytime soon. I've argued for it for a long time. Very often, hey running. Does get the kill there. That's like the first decent mangonel trade there for Goku this series. And he still loses it anyway. But still, Goku is absolutely focusing on the hill, and you can't fault him for that. It's going to be so important for him. This castle's being built all the way over in Narnia, guys. We've got Aslan over here. Oh, boy. Oh, and then the Tarkans are coming out. Remember, guys, it's not about what Utar can't do. It's about what Utar can do. Anyway, castle up here for Goku as well. Loomed archers are going to be fairly efficient versus the Cav archers. I mean, a little bit less so than they used to be when they were cheaper, but they're still pretty good. IRL? No, we don't know anything about Hunnic architecture. It's literally a Roman fort with a wooden structure built on top of it. I love it, though, for sure. It's so Hunnic. Oh, here we go, guys. Castle number 2 here for Goku. And there is Imperial Age behind it. And indeed, the Plumed Archers are on the way. Turns does seem to be tabling. CA are looking to launch a counterattack. Look at that. Villagers have to completely abandon this location. This will mean gold is stuck from just being here and here for Ciskhan. Oh, that was a Treebeard certified one. Yes, this is the best I've seen Goku play in quite a while. It's refreshing. Great to see. So, well, remember that you have Imperial Age there. Still some vills, but still, it's not amazing. And another castle coming in here for red, guys. Now, blue is also on his way up. How do plumes fare versus Cav Archers? Not that bad. Especially ones that don't have the final armor upgrade, like Huns. Oh, it's the Tarkans! The Tarkans! Are we back? All right, we're back. And guess what, guys? The game dropped. I'm so happy. Yeah, it was on my end, guys. I think we're back, though. Now we have to be at the very beginning.
Annoyed.
Annoyed. Just faster? Yeah. Frickin' love it. It's not like they had just started the game. Like, they're frickin' in Imperial Age. It was a good start to this one for Ciskhan, but... honestly, guys, if he just built this tower sooner, the game probably looks very different. Yeah, if your internet drops even for, like, 30 seconds, the game, you know, just aborts. Which is very annoying, because there's no way to jump into it live. You have to speed up to it. But, you know, what can I do? What can I do? Yeah, the game crashes when a certain skirmisher threshold is reached.
Another very good game, though. TC and Feudal? If only. If only. Yeah, getting closer. Yeah, that was a pretty sick hit. And he is going Tarkins. There's him. Oh, the thumping. Oh, the thumperinos, guys. Now you're stuck making skirmishers as Huns, which does not feel very impressive. Oh, and that castle is going to go down. No marauders yet. Going to be quite a lot of plumed archers. No elite yet, though. And, I mean, that's still plumes versus skirms. It doesn't feel great. And look at this. Just absolutely methodical here from Ciskhan. He's got his 5 trebs. Oh, but it's buying time, guys. Oh, we got Marauders and Elite Tarkin coming in as well. But Elite Chicken Suit Man is in. No El Dorado yet, though. And we have arrived at real time. Thank goodness the game isn't over yet. And look at this. We're near 200 population. There is El Dorado as well. I mean, we are getting to Plume plus Eagle. I mean, we're getting there all right. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Obviously, as tasteless as long ago, technology is the vehicle of esports. And the Tarkins are here. Remember, faster attack speed. They attack around, what, 11, 12% faster than they used to. They move faster. Now, they still aren't going to be anywhere near as good as Paladins. They're probably only around as good as Cavaliers in a head-on fight, because you have 30 more HP. But gold started to run out. That was mostly in team games. Look at this, guys. Ciskhan with a huge army lead. I mean, I'd love to see Blast Furnace be a priority for the Tarkins, but oh my goodness, guys. It's beautiful. Guys, it's beautiful. Alb is on the way, but this feels like it is way too little too late. Of another 4 castles over here from Ciskhan. This is a castle maniac. We have 10 eagles on the way. They are still missing a couple of attack upgrades. Farm numbers? They're fine. 57 farms is pretty decent at this point. I'd like to see these Cav Archers get more involved, though. They'd help out with dealing with the Eagle Warriors. It's just good backline damage. Tarkin too much? No, not at all. This is just a big tech switch that is working out because the proper counter unit the Halberdier was not prepared for. Again, like, in terms of melee combat, they're still, like, at best as good as a Cavalier. Oh, I forgot I had these. Thump. Thump. Lots of thumping. Yeah, I mean, Goku's population is absolutely plummeting. The CA have gone around for a counterattack. 69 kills on those CA. Oh my goodness. Nice. That is indeed nice. I mean, the cavalry units are... Look at the mini-map, guys. It is just lighting up like a Christmas tree. Remember, their attack speed was buffed. They attack at the same speed as a paladin, or around 5% slower than a cavalier. So 1.9 reload time instead of 2.1. Again, that was one of the very important units. Or important upgrades. Look at them go! And of course, they're cheaper than cavalier, right? They're 60 gold instead of 75, so 20% cheaper on the gold cost. And they train faster. Tarkans are a legit option. There are certainly many, many cases that you want the regular heavy cavalry, but Tarkans just feel like a good option for Huns. Anyway, this game is all sorts of over at the moment. And there it is, guys. Ciskhan ties us up 1-1. 126 Tarkans made. Wow. I mean, it was a close one, but just not quite prepared for the Tarkan switch. And just couldn't quite push. I mean, again, Ciskhan really did a lot to win the Treb Wars. But another very good game. Look, I mean, look at this. Just the Tarkan switch. Making it work. Even with less gold collected. Much more food and wood. All right. That is the Huns over the Mayans, so number one Civ pick there gone for Goku. Wait, did we lost like half our viewers? That's annoying. Oh, again, diff Tom. No, I was at like 140 or something, like 20, 30 minutes ago. That's unfortunate. Probably won't be casting much more after this set then. Alright. Hopefully we'll get into game number 3 here in a moment. I mean, like, when it comes to Civ predictions, it's like, I don't know. Pick whatever Civs you feel like. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe things will go up a little bit. Persians Ketons? It's not Persians Ketons. Both of those Civs were banned. Oh yeah, I just remembered. I need to cancel my Hulu subscription. My Hulu free trial. I don't want to pay for that nonsense. I don't need to watch the secret lives of Mormon wives. They make it so hard to frickin' cancel, man. Ah, here it is. Mormon edition? I think something like that.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Our system is down.
Okay, did the canceling at least went through? Wouldn't that be so stupid?
Sorry, you can't cancel.
Also, I need to restart DE because I failed to download match content. Things are just going swimmingly right now. All right, give me a moment, guys. Come on. Process it whenever, yeah. Alrighty, guys. It will indeed be our first Gurjara's sighting of the tournament. Goku dropping the last one, but again, both games have been excellent so far. We'll have him in the red as the Khmer to the west of the map, and to the southeast in the blue as the Gurjaras. It will be Ciskhan. Yeah, I still think these guys are a very good civ, but they're also kind of tricky to play and like a little bit weird. So some players aren't going to gravitate towards them as much. That said, Ciskhan, of course, will still be doing just fine with these guys. Camel Scouts are really insane now. Anyway, I'm going to get some more coffee.
All right. HBO Max. Well, now isn't it? Oh, it went from HBO to HBO Max to just Max to now back to HBO. Huh. All right, so Khmer Gurjaras, what do we think? I still like Khmer more. It's hard to argue against that Khmer eco.
Hello, Fondler. That said, I like that in Feudal Age, you can go for Camel Scouts as Gurjaras, and it's kind of annoying for Khmer to deal with because you want to skip the barracks. Also, this map is, like, really awkward for Goku. It's like you have to wall, like... I guess you can wall to the edge of the map. It's just really weird. Like, this woodline you can make super safe. This Austria-shaped woodline. If you don't think this woodline is shaped like Austria, you're just wrong. And that's okay. Sometimes people are just wrong. It's completely... I mean, so, like, look at this empty space. Empty. Nothing. Except the vultures circling. yeah, I remember that. Empty like your soul. Yeah, it's a little weird. Anyway, map for Ciskhan is much more normal. I mean, it's not, like, good, but you have back gold and back forage bushes, so you can't really complain too much. Especially having back forage bushes as the Gurjaras is really, really helpful. But yeah, their early game is just super solid now. He doesn't need a barracks, though. Ah, there we are. Elephants? For which player? Is it going to be an elephant-on-elephant matchup? Alright, Reville's going over to gold. And this is just going to be a straight archer opening. Nothing wrong with that. Ah, I like this from Goku. He's actually scouting the his whole area, though. I mean, with the meta of pushing in the deer, also notably, this version of Arabia doesn't have any chickens on it. This is a chickenless Arabia. But yeah, underrated. Just scouting your whole area to make sure you can get a good wall in. This is going to be a scout opening here for Ciskhan. He's getting double bit axe. Both players are. Camel Scout. Remember, 70 HP. 25 more HP than a Scout Cavalry. He's so annoying. Big ol' walls coming in here from Goku. We've seen some players actually have a lot of success just playing really passive with Khmer and leveraging that strong eco. But Goku doesn't even have a mill yet, guys. Whoa! I don't know about all the... I mean, this is a lot of effort. I mean, if you're Ciskhan, don't you just, like, make a couple scouts and then just click up to Castle Age at a much better time because of all of the investment here? I mean, look at Ciskhan's resources already from all of this villager build time. He has 1 vill on food. Does Goku... What is he doing? He's out of sheep! Oh my god, what is this disaster? What on earth? And he didn't get his farms down. It's like he wasn't prepared for running out of food. Esther, where did I put Gujaras in the tier list? I think I put them in like mid-A tier. They're still a little awkward to play. He's full... Yeah, but like... Ciskhan made his 3 scout cavalry, and now he just doesn't need to do anything. He should get horse collar, honestly. Just full-on lean into the economy and then get to Castle Age. Bills earned? That's not how that works! But yeah, already 2 villagers worth of idle time, on top of all of the issues when it comes to, not having an efficient economy. Again, that's just ugly. For a civ that should have the eco advantage. At least, you know, as Feudal Age goes on. Early game, you'll still have better resources collected as the Gujaras. As the Tamari Shiva Mahaja. Oh, and he missed 2 sheepers. And he scouted them, he just never took them. That's weird. No, you can just pop out there with the archers and shoot them down. You have 7 vills on the forage bushes, so you're going to need to make sure those guys are going to get working. Honestly, you might even want to invest into a second lumber camp at this point. At these sheeps. Nope.
In leading to their mill.
Because the mill is in always such a secret location. It's not just next to the forage bushes. Fletching coming in for Goku. I mean, this is already getting really weird. Because Ciskhan's playing this almost like he's on autopilot. Okay, like, you open with some scouts, and then we're just going to switch into skirmishers because your opponent has an archery range. You're not going to be, like, greedy in your walling. Like, you see your opponent went, like, full walls early on. Masterfully? Oh, yeah. Now going over to gold. Now, and still, Ciskhan should be faster up to Castle Age, but odd game for sure. I mean, just the one kill so far. Well, I mean, we had a lot of aggressive feudal games. This just isn't one of them. I mean, it's definitely been more aggressive than regular Arabia. It's just, in this particular game, Goku's being super passive. I mean, I guess you're still likely going to get a pretty competitive Castle Age time. Well. There you go. Castle Age at the way, around the same time for each player, but with basically 2 more villagers worth of idle TC time for Goku. And he's going to add in a second archery range. What a weird game, guys. Khmer Ellie surprise? I mean, it wouldn't be good, but he could do it. Forwardville, forward stables, elephants, let's go. No, it would actually be quite bad. Malay are the only civ that can do the forward elephants and feel okay about it because of the discount. What, 30% in Castle Age? Elephants, normally not very well, but Gurjara camels do much better because of the extra bonus damage. Especially once you get Frontier Guards in Imperial Age, Gurjara camels actually counter war elephants. It's insane. Castle Age, it's less good, but still better than you might think. Huskort, they absolutely counter them. Elephants? Yeah, I mean, a very soft counter. Likely cost efficient, but not population efficient, shall we say. In late game, it's literally just Gurjara camels. In mid game, those other good camels can soft counter them for sure. And Gurjaras absolutely genuinely melt them. Anyway, just a little bit of dancing back and forth here. We got a university and a siege workshop coming in. Okay, what's going on here? No extra TCs on the way either. Just skirms, crossbowmen and skirms. Second TC here for Ciskhan. This is the first game Ciskhan is actually going to be faster in getting those TCs down. Outboom. Well, I mean, to outboom your opponent, you need to, one, have at least equal eco upgrades and at least equal town centers, and Goku has neither of those things at the moment. So right now, Ciskhan, who's had the better eco all game long in the first place because of all the early walls, it's not like Goku's going to catch up in economy anytime soon. And there's TC number 3 coming in as well. I'm a little concerned that you're not going out to even secure a second gold, but, I mean, they are both forward. It's a little ugly. Might lose a Vil here. 60 camels? Yeah. Gurjara camels are pretty silly. Gurjaras are a silly civilization. And that's with the Bengali elephants taking less bonus damage. Oh, that's still like, what, around 15% more? Oh, Mangonel's here as well. Yeah, Gurjaras are a silly civ. Cheat code. They're just such an annoying civ to play against. With all other things being equal, but unfortunately, NFN, RJN, things are not otherwise equal. And they rarely are in a game of AoE. Another snipe there for Goku, so all of this is very well done. He's only on the 1 TC, so he kind of still needs to try and make something happen. He also built a university, but has not been able to get ballistics yet. Getting bow saw. Like Turks? Exactly. I wonder if he's going to try and go for a fast imp behind this. Wonder if he's going to try and fimp it up. Nope. But Gurjaras get significantly more bonus damage. Like, it's very significant. Gurjaras are the best camels against other mounted units in the game, and it's not remotely close. Even Hindustanis are lose handily to Gurjaras. Especially because you also get the discount and the train speed, right? You get, with Kshatriyas, you get the discount on food cost, and with the team bonus, you get extra train speed. So you can just keep flinging camels to the front lines really effectively. Well, archers over here as well. Again, I still don't love the lack of ballistics, especially when you rush up the university like that, but this is still a good spot to apply pressure, and you're not too far away from Imperial Age. This is basically like Vikings. Like old school Vikings, except you also have good siege weapons and cavalry. Same thing, really. Also, you have monks with redemption. Man, I freaking love power creep. I'm getting closer and closer. Oh, nice hit there for Ciskhan, though. He's going to be trying to work towards the castle, but this is still a tough defense to make work. No, Goku's not floating the resources. He's just trying to click up to Imperial Age. And that's exactly what he's doing. He did add a second TC, and he is going to need to start securing some extra gold. I love the scout here. Too early? No, just, this is, again, like Viking-style Rooster. From back in ye old days, that's going to be another free kill. Nicely done. Don't forget hand cannoneers. They also have those. For some reason. Yeah, skirmishers out over here. Here comes the forward castle. I don't know the rules of AoE 2. They just do what they want. I put them as what? Third best civ for Arabia? I think that's pretty fair. Now imagine if Khmer didn't have husbandry. And instead had the faster moving elephants. Elephants move 10% faster to compensate for it. Alright, castle's in. What does Imp bring Goku? So what you want to do with the fast Imp without a castle here is you just want to be able to bust into your opponent's base like through the palisade walls and start shooting at villagers. It's kind of an old school way to play. There's ballistics and +2 defense coming in. Now it is going to be tough though, because you don't have any stone and you don't have a bombard cannon, Civ. But yes, I do think that this is not likely going to be especially successful. Doesn't really have the resources that he was looking for. Now that's what I'm here for. I am here to instruct and/or entertain. Well, probably to instruct, more realistically. Scorps? Scorps don't destroy buildings. What Goku needs more than anything else is stuff that destroys buildings, because the archers with upgrades are going to kill everything else. But even then, it's only Bracer that's in, no Arbalest, no Chemistry. He's even trying to go to 3 TCs, which is a little bit odd. Because now Imp is going to be on the way for Ciskhan. Yeah, no Thumb Ring for Khmer. With Shu? Yeah. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is literally what I'm talking about. You go in, you shoot through the palisades, and you go after the villagers. This is why I always say, against the fast Imp Arbalest play, the best counter is buildings. Because you know what Arbs don't do? They don't kill buildings. They aren't. That's because Shrivamshas are somehow, like, the best and worst unit in the game. You killed several vills at this point, but obviously you need more. And, like, why are you getting wheelbarrow? Dude, you need Arb. You need Arb. You need chemistry. See that even that tower is really helping zone off these units, because if the tower wasn't there, these Arbs would still be in the back of the base, and now they're just not doing a whole heck of a lot. Got Kshatriyas on the way as well. I mean, you still have a good eco with which to do it, so that's not bad. Why isn't he getting upgrades for his units, man? Well, if he's post-patch Shu, he's, especially if he's post-patch Shu, he's not getting Imp anywhere near as quickly because the eco is quite significantly worse. Current patch Shu, which is what they're on, it's probably fairly close. But yeah, Imp is now in here for blue. But obviously, Khmer can do a bunch of other stuff other than a fast Imp. Whereas Shu, that's kind of like all they're good at. Alright, Arb is now on the way, but, I mean, you have so much time. You got a Treb coming out, you have your discounted skirmishers. You don't get +4 defense. And that certainly is a downside, but you also don't have Thumb Ring on the other side, so it's like neither player is really a ranged unit-centric civilization. But that's just the world we live in. Again, it's still no chemistry. Or +4 defense, I guess. What that's worth. Stables? I don't know, man. It's like Goku's really trying to flex out his economy when he went for 1 TC fast Imp and killed 15 vills against a pretty quick boom. Arbs? Well, Goku's Khmer, who do get Arbs. Useless? I mean, you're not going to see me arguing for how wonderful Shravamsha riders are. Anyway, skirms are here. They are now fully upgraded insofar as you get them as the Gerjaros. But Ornlu Thumbring isn't in yet. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you don't have the eco to make a cab switch happen. That's why you needed to rush up those archer upgrades, because that's all you were going to get. Man, this tower is doing so much work, guys. 7 kills on it. Again, it just goes to show how important these defensive buildings are against the fast imp barb timing. It's a very good instructive game in that sense. Another TC being built over there to the west. Lots of vills on that gold. You have a few skirms coming in for a counterattack. Again, you still don't even have chemistry in for your arbs. It's bizarre. Wait, Ciskhan got 6 relics somehow? Guys, Ciskhan has been so freaking good at that. Like, with all of the pressure he's been under since Castle Age, it has just found a way to get 7 relics? Dude, this man, look at his scouting. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful position for the castle. That is certainly not something I'm going to complain about. And now the Treb War's finally going in favor of Goku when it's been feeling like it's been going in favor of Ciskhan most of the time. You have the bombard cannons out, though, and there you go. Yeah, that's huge. That's going to be decisive. You don't have the eco to switch into anything else at the moment. Of course, 6,000 more resources. And another Treb right there. And Goku's not going anywhere in this game. He's not transitioning to a good army composition. He's behind in resources, so he can't really grind this one out. His tech isn't very good. One thing he had going for him is map control, but obviously that's going to evaporate here with 3 Trebs and 3 bombard cannons. And Ciskhan can make his own switch into cavalry units. Again, even having Kshatriyas in for the unit discount is so helpful. What, 25% less food, so you get, what, 20 food for skirms? That's Eagle Warrior levels of food, man. Camel upgrades coming in, too. Range Fest? Well, welcome to the meta. Shravamsha? I don't know, it's camel time. Stop! Camel time! Alright, TC coming on in. Well, there really isn't much left of this game, is there? I mean, look at this. Again, 3 Trebs, 3 bombard cannons. You're getting both camels and skirmishers out. You're countering everything you need to. Goku isn't making any sort of a good unit right now. Camel upgrades aren't amazing, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Would I be happier if these Trebs were a bit better protected? Yes, I would, but I don't really think that should matter. Even demolishing all of those stables, which is nifty. Yeah, now you're bringing your army over. There we go. Oh, this is also a thing, apparently. Just build up in the back of your opponent's base like this, but he just doesn't really have the eco for it, guys. He had 7,000 resources behind. He was never going to catch up in economy. And I guess Goku's, like, kinda hanging in there right now, but he's not... There's no way in which Goku is going to be getting an advantage anytime soon. Especially not just going Arb Hussar. That's just not a good enough army composition for Khmer. The only time that works is if you're ahead in economy, which Khmer are very often ahead in economy, so it works a lot of the time. But that is obviously just not the case this game. Oh, okay. You know what, guys? If that isn't an exclamation point on this game, or exclamation mark, exclamation point, same thing. Oh, boy. Seven relics on top of it. We're going to go to that game number 4, and it will be Ciskhan with an advantage. BBC control, that's why they're the best unit in the game and the most expensive land unit. They are the best unit. Ciskhan with the win, guys. A very odd game. I mean, it was kind of close for a little bit. But yeah, just a very odd game. Ciskhan, like, just got ahead by not really having to do anything, because Goku went for these huge walls early on. And then he was just not really adding an eco. He tried to go for a fast imp, but he didn't really commit hard enough to it. Like, he went fast imp and then tried to add TCs behind it, and he just wasn't able to push with it. A little bit odd. Anyway, that is Gurjara's over Khmer. And we'll have to see what's next. We will have to see. Oh wait, everyone else is casting the other set? I thought that this set would be far more interesting than Tato versus Gabby. Kind of surprising to me. Alright, let's see what these guys have. Well, they're in the lobby. Guess I'll be stepping out for a second. Be right back, guys.
All right.
This is interesting. For our game numero cuatro. So, Goku's going to be in the red to the north as the Italians, and Ciskhan is going to be in the blue as the Shu to the east. Now, in my mind, Italians are like your stock standard middle of the road Arabia Civ. Good tech tree, minor bonuses, good late game. It feels like Shu are just going to be better. They're just a faster Civ than Italians are. At least, you know, past like early feudal age. So I'll be curious to see how this one goes. I mean, if it goes late, then Italians should clobber Shu. But we'll have to see how you even get there. And again, this is pre-nerf, so traction trebs are still at their full strength, and the Shu eco bonus is at least close to its full strength. So 4 on wood early on, actually, for Goku. This might scream Drush. Well, it does scream Drush. Unless you're going 22 pop metadarms, which I don't think you're doing these days. Yeah, there's the barracks incoming. What do you know? Got that second boar in already. Pushing in the last Ibex, Gazelle, whatever. Yeah, this is pre-nerfed Shu. Also, wait, other streams for bigger names over close games. Did Gabby have a big TTL set? I mean, she was in TTL Gold League, I remember. Which was pretty cool. Anyway, it looks like Ciskhan's just going to be going 19 pop Loom, or with Loom to Feudal Age. Probably just going to want to go Archers. There is the barracks coming on in, but Militia are going to show up. Rush distance is fairly close in this generation. And looks like 20 villagers for Goku. With the cheaper age up for Italians, this is totally doable. Quick balls are in, though. There you go. I think Goku might have forgotten about the cheaper age up right there since he waited a second till he had 500 food, but he only need 420 food. 425 food. Little bit Akko Taco. But it's no big deal. So far, Drush isn't doing all that much, although you are still slightly ahead in resources right now as Goku. It's still doing just fine here for Ciskhan. He'll be able to drop his archery range immediately. Again, I don't know if the archers were his plan always, or if it was a reaction to the Drush. Enemies are on one half of the map. It does kind of seem a bit more common with this version of Arabia, doesn't it? Whoa, wait, hold on. Goku is adding in more militia. I'm kind of surprised he's doing that. DBA is on the way, as well as an archery range. Hold on. Oh my god. So I mentioned at the start of the stream, I had to take my dad to the hospital yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, and
Being halfway through a civ tier list before realizing you don't
yeah, thanks, Minister Esquire.
Classic Ornlu.
Like, he was in an enormous amount of pain. Yeah, I was there for like 7 hours yesterday. So apparently he's got blood poisoning that's spread all over his body. And he has to have a couple of his toes amputated. Oh god. Oh god. Well, I'll have to go back down to the hospital this evening for sure. They're gonna try and get that in today. Makes sense, though. I mean, with happen? I don't know. Yeah, thanks, guys. Like, my mom literally just texted me right now. But, I mean, he needs it. He's, like, my dad's been in a really bad spot for, like, months now. Yeah. So I'm just glad that this is getting get taken care of, because, I mean, his toes were looking real ugly, guys. Yeah, I don't even know how that happens. But him having pains, like, in his back, but all over his body as well, like, makes sense. Anyway, nothing too crazy happening in this game so far. Yeah, just, you know, archers running around. Now, res collected are still quite even. So, I mean, the whole, oh, shoe eco is busted. Not quite. Okay, well, that's a little bit of the S word. How do you even... Ah. Another range coming in now. I mean, so far, Ciskhan taking some good trades, but still no real way that you're sort of separating yourself into, like, a super better position that you'd expect with the better Civ. Oh, nice run around here, actually, from Goku. Gonna get the first villager snag of the game. Who's just, like, trying to wall all the way to the edge of the map. Kind of odd. Knight versus Haegwang. With bloodlines versus no bloodlines, the Knight wins. basically, it's kind of even for Wu versus, like, the Wu Haeguang Cav versus Knights. The Wei Haeguang Cav wins very easily versus Knights with the extra HP. And the Shu one still loses because of, again, lacking bloodlines. You only have 60% as much HP as a regular Knight and half as much HP as a Knight with bloodlines. Anyway, Ciskhan is still up to Castle Age faster, and now he's getting a little bit ahead in terms of resources. We take a look at the food collected. Yeah, you do have, like, that little bit of a food lead, although, again, that's also because you put more vills on food. It's not, like, just the wood bonus. But you're getting, like, what? 9% of that wood into food, so... That's like, what, 360 extra food you get at this stage in the game? Still, getting Castle Age faster than Italians is pretty great. And scale burning armor coming in, so it looks like it will be, yeah, it's going to be focusing more on the crossbowman play than the skirmisher play. Second TC immediately on the way for Ciskhan. E-skirm, bod, bow, skirm. It really doesn't sound as good as bod crowsaw. Siege Workshop coming in as well. Of course, Shu with that little bit faster movement speed for the Mangonels is really helpful in the Mangonel fights. Nice bonus. Skirbod saw, it just doesn't sound as good, does it? Well, Goku's going archers and not skirmishers. It's different. Rage! Oh, Ram actually first. Interesting. Ciskhan really looking to lay down the pressure. You got a monastery coming in as well. Remember, you have a troll monastery tech tree where they have everything except literally the 3 most important upgrades. Redemption, Sanctity, and block printing. No, the skirmishers do not add any extra damage to the ram. Still, it's 2 TCs to 1. Still, you're just like a little bit ahead in resources. Probably around 500 total extra food this game. Skirms? I mean, can you really trust a man who doesn't go for skirmishers? I know I can't. Siege Workshop way at the back, but still no university for ballistics. There's going to be +2 defense on the skirms as well. And even you lost your blacksmith, so you can't even get +2 defense. You have a Mangonel on the way there for Goku, but again, the onus is still on him to make something happen. He hasn't even scouted that wood line. I mean, you get a nice snag there. University now on the way for Blue. Third TC coming in for Ciskhan as well. No, this is pre-nerf. Round of 64 is on the old patch, and then from the round of 32 on, we're playing on the new patch because the tournament started already on the old patch. So it's only fair if the entire round is like everyone's playing on the same patch. White Feather Guard should be uncounterable until hand cannons come in. You can probably use condos as a decent stopgap. Okay, another several kills, though, from Goku. Like, you have to be a bit careful. Now these skirmishers are coming on home. But in general, late game, it feels like Italians should obliterate Shu. Like full-on Exodia, obliterate, husbandry even coming in, so he's really going to be leaning more into the knights than the archers at this point. Kind of interesting. Yeah, skirms inside the ram. Oops, all skirms. And you got knight upgrades continuing to trickle in here. No bloodlines yet, though. I'm just still not super sold on this for Goku. He's not really getting his eco anywhere. And this is going to be really expensive to try and afford. Licks through the 3-0 chance? Yeah, Ripperino. Again, basically the eco difference is the eco bonus of Shu. Around 600 more resources, that's all food. Bloodline's now coming in, though. But you have 3 monks on the field. You don't have Sanctity, though, for Shu, so it's like your monks aren't very good. You still have to be a bit careful. Make that 3 relics for Ciskhan. Man, he is just so good about that. 1-for-1 Mangonel trade there. Up. But yeah, no ballistics. It really hurts. And it just doesn't feel like there's enough knights at the moment. Maybe there are. Hold, the Mangonel hitting mostly knights right there. I mean, that's it. Like, this is looking like a pretty decent army right now for Goku. It's not a super comfortable position. You do have your 3rd TC in, so if you're in a position where you can kill like 10, 15 more Vills, which is not like impossible, things could be pretty darn good for you. Nice save there. I mean, the Mangonel clips several more units. I mean, I'd be feeling so much more comfortable if he had ballistics, and at least he's getting the university for it. I mean, look at this, guys. The Knights are going to take down those Skirmishers. E-Skirm now coming in for Goku, finally realizing that Skirmishers are the best unit in AoE too. I don't think we can call this game over by any stretch. 4 relics, though, is so sick. He's OP. I don't know. The first 2 games were extremely close, and this game is also close. Last game was just weird. Besides, I'm terrible at hyping anything up. Or 5th range coming in, actually. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And now we're back onto pure archers. Mouse only? I don't think so. You have a lot of eco here to the north of the map. I mean, how much of this is... It's almost half his eco is here to the north. But yeah, if Ciskhan can click up to Imp, he's 3,000 resources ahead, and he's just... There isn't enough in terms of the villager kills. The Skirm Faderia just produces skirmishers over time. Market coming in. You have the buildings. And it just feels like not quite enough for Goku. What? How many ranges do you need? You're not Mayans. You don't get a 30% discount in Imp. 4th TC coming in. I mean, Goku's ready to just keep this in Castle Age, but I just don't know how effective that's going to be. Not when you're behind in eco like this. You need to pull that Mangonel down, though, and that is what's happening. Thumbring coming in, Handcart coming in as well. Well, he's getting Bosaw now, but obviously significantly later. Ciskhan got Bosaw the second he hit Castle Age. Looks like Ciskhan might be able to just grind this one out a little bit. A lot of ranges, he sure can. Castle coming in here at the front. Is he moving the relics? No way. No, he's just gonna get that 5th relic right there. Yeah, just way too many archers at this point. There was like a time where things were hanging in the balance, but Goku really started to run out of steam because he just kept on trying to add an eco to catch up, but he just couldn't, because he was trying to add an eco, he couldn't get enough damage done. So it's a really tricky situation for Goku. Which is why, all other things equal, it's better to be the guy who has more villagers. Because if nothing happens at that point, you get a huge lead. Alright, Bracer Chemistry, Arbalest all on the way. First Traction Treb is coming in. That is all sorts of not going to happen at the moment. Ow. 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 This army's not doing anything useful. Huge pop lead right now for blue, and Ciskhan is looking like he's going to move on to the next round. First Traction Trebuchet is out. Yeah. Oh, that's... Yeah, no. Like, yeah, but also no. You know? Man, I hate Traction Trebs. Oh, that poor monk was not in the right place at the right time. I mean, this castle is in a good spot, but it doesn't protect, you know, all of your eco. And, yeah, you're just way too far behind right now as Goku. Still a really good first couple games, though. Don't like me either? That makes sense. Siege Engineers even coming in. Man, I hate Traction Trebs so much. They're so bad against buildings. Look at this! Such an underwhelming siege unit against buildings. Again, the unit is amazing. Like, once you get, like, you know, 15 of them, and you're, like, in that position where it's just, like, basically artillery fire in the same way that it is for, like, regular trebuchets, right? But, it's like, as a bombard cannon substitute, they're amazing. As a trebuchet substitute, they're really underwhelming. Castle up there to the south. I mean, Goku's trying to fight on, but he's now 8,000 resources behind. And I said Italians have a better late game because they do have a better late game, but, like, the army value is just not going to be comparable. They need to be available at castles too. Like on top of being available at the Siege Workshop. Is there a... I don't think there's a spot though at the castle, right? Because heroes take up the spot of trebuchets. So I don't know if there's actually enough like room on the castle item card. Also, again, I'd like to reiterate how much I freaking hate traction trebs, and they're so annoying against units and so freaking bad against buildings. Castle's taking 17,000 damage because these trebuchets, with siege engineers, mind you, with siege engineers. Or hockey, well, there has to be like a spot on the card, right? Actually, let's check that after this game. Anyway, you still at least have another castle here to the south of Ciskhan. And he did have the ability to pick up conscript. Well, hold on, that was like a big bombard cannon hit, wasn't it? Oh my god! Holy sh... What the... That wasn't... That was a 30 kills! What the heck? I mean, I still think the game should be pretty over, but like... What the heck? Yeah, it looks like they sniped the bombard cannon there. I mean, like, once you get to this big number of traction trebs, it's obviously super tough to deal with. I mean, the ARBs... I mean, they're like a little bit better against Sturms because of the extra arrows, but it's not like they're actually good versus them. Can a traction trap do that? No. Yeah, sure, I'll rewind it. Because like that is literally one of the single most amazing, influential hits I have ever seen. In terms of like a game not being over. Okay. So look at this. Bombard cannon coming over here. There are 37 archers. Downhill hit. Yeah. 20 ARBs in one shot, and then you got another 10 ARBs in the second shot. Like, in terms of... Like, we've seen bigger hits, like, in super huge post-imp games. But in terms of, like, decisive fights that, like, turn the course of a game, that has to be up there. Now, again, I still think the game is probably way too far gone for that to actually matter, especially since there are 5 relics for our blue player, but... Holy cow. "30 ARB kills with 2 bombard cannon hits. $56 gold? How do you get that gold amount? Otherwise, GG. Yeah, I mean, it still looks very over. I mean, I've seen bombard cannons from Turks or Hofnitsa that literally get into like the 80s and 90s amounts of kills. The most I've ever seen kills on a unit, you know, since we've had Captrage able to track that stuff, was a Celt Siege Onager in one of the Rage Forest tournaments that had 126 kills. It was a Celt Siege Onager. It got a lot of kills. Anyway, traction trebs are doing the traction trebby thing. And again, the traction trebs are only really scary once you get to a huge amount of them. Yeah, it's pretty over. AFK? Nah, it's his tournament life on the line. Again, the resources are just way too in favor of Ciskhan. Late archers. Oh, you mean the post-imp shoe arbalests? No. Especially if they get an eco nerf. Because, I mean, it's their archers are actually generic until you unlock behind a bolt magazine, which is, you know, an expensive upgrade. 650 food, 750 gold. And they still lose to Ethiopian archers. Ethiopian siege onagers deal more single damage. Celt siege onagers have the highest DPS. Although maybe Korean rocket carts now will give them a run for their money. A second monetary? I don't know, actually. Anyway, decisive wins in games 3 and 4 from Ciskhan, but the first 2 games were really, really good, and I'm glad I casted those. That's still a fun series to cast. But anyway, guys, I need to head off. I need to figure out what I'm going to do today. I need to go to the hospital later. I'll try and be back tomorrow to cast, but obviously my day's a little bit up in the air right now. I'll have to see when I can get my dad back home. So we'll have to just play it by ear. I'm sure there'll be more matches to cast tomorrow, which again, I'd like to be able to do if possible. VV versus Z40 is starting at 6 in the morning my time. We are not casting that. Margugu versus Prisma. That's 7:45. I can cast that. My dad has blood poisoning all over his body apparently and has to get a couple toes amputated. So that's gonna be my day. Yeah. Yeah, thanks guys for all the support. Sorry, it's hard for me to, you know, to focus after hearing news like that, which I think is a little understandable. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow hopefully. Bye-bye.